joining this event. This is our second edition of imaging solution. What is the behind of the concept of this event? That is very important. When I discussed with the David said, Roy, let's do something that we can see the opportunity and how the global can connect to Asia. So we have decided last year to let's start to bring some activity where I will give the platform to Indian manufacturers, Indian market, they can talk about the Indian, how the India is big and what is the new opportunities coming out and the government, what are the support they are giving. I hope this panel discussion is a panel discussion. We have the who have bring the industry this level. So today, the imaging industry, whatever they have, all the legislation are great. They will share the insight about the Indian market. How the Indian challenges, what are the policies coming up, how these policies will benefit for the global market. So I hope this panel discussion not only the India market, but opportunity for the business and the global market. And also this time we want to create one bring their wholehearted support and we bring the industry to this level. We have an entrepreneur award, the Indian who has bring the industry, who grow the industry, who make the industry. We want to give us one salute and one token of love to them, to all the entrepreneurs. Also, we want to give them some awards and global brands who are really supporting to the India market, growing the market. And definitely the professionals, brand professionals who are working for the company and they the market, how to go. We are also acknowledging them as a professional for three categories we have done. And we have some special awards. Last year we have a imaging solution award which we want to share some award also there. So one more thing, before I start this panel discussion, I think we need to invite Mr. who is a key person in the building and we can share it openly and share and how our partnership will be working and how there is the opportunity for it. I request Mr. David to come to the stage and share his words.
Thank you, Zhuhai. Dear friend Swanman, it's a good friend, but also a great partner. We enjoy a good cooperation together. Not only is it editorial work, but also building up and strengthening this amazing industry. I think what we can do next time, my friend, is we need to have some lunch here, some good Indian food, vegetarian food, made by the right. Thank you very much.
We are live also. The world is watching. We are live also. We are watching live.
Yes. Oh, we're going live as well. So, if you want to be here next year, you need to have a look at the plans. Beautiful food here. So you can come and enjoy. So, the Indian market is probably the most unique market in the world that I know of. We've been talking about the tension between prices and also the quality. The important thing that I would want to advise the Indian market today is to look after your customer. They are your bread and butter. They are the ones that are going to make sure that you are successful. You need to listen to them and to find out what they want for, and then you supply the products and the support. We can talk about prices, but you know, we're never going to change the pricing structure for any country in the world. That's all market driven. The market drives it, we have to follow it. It's very, very difficult to talk about what we should be doing about prices. But rather than focus on the price, I want to really emphasize that around the world, those people that are most successful are the ones that listen to their customers and work with them, because that is the future success for your business. We live in an age where certainly the dominant markets in America and Western Europe have stopped growing You're probably aware of the fact that they're not only going flat, but now they're starting to decline. In the panel discussions we had yesterday, the sentiment go paperless. We will never go paperless. There are many reasons why we still need to have hard copy. So this industry is going to continue to survive. But the industry of tomorrow is going to be different to the industry of yesterday. It's going to be different. It's going to be changing. AI technology is going to become important. You know, printers are going to be able to order supplies automatically without the user even knowing. It's already started. And many of the OEMs are using this technology to catch the customers away from the aftermarket. It's happening in these large markets. But also we learned in our conference yesterday that there are many growing markets. Brazil, I guess the traditional BRICS markets of South Africa, Brazil, Russia, China and India, of course, are all growing. Stuart Lacey, who you know very well, who's sitting here with us today, who knows the Indian market very well, was telling us yesterday that the African market alone is going to have 40% of the world's population, even bigger than China and India. Africa is going, and now more and more people in Africa are getting electricity, more and more people are getting the internet. We're going to see Africa starting to boom. This is also a growth opportunity market for the Indian businesses. They're very entrepreneurial. Next to China, India is the only other country that I'm aware of that's interested in trade at a high level with international markets. You need to be having a look at what opportunities there are in Africa as well. That's why Stuart's sitting here today. He's interested in knowing how he in Africa can engage more with you here in India. So you'll find that the Latin American markets are starting to emerge. So even though the Western Europe and American markets are declining and decreasing, they will never go away. They will still be large. But we're going to see in the next 5-10 years large markets developing in Africa, India, China, Brazil. We're going to see and Russia. We're going to see a lot more of these markets growing. There's a huge opportunity, I believe, not just to look at your domestic market, but to start thinking global. My challenge to you today is these two key points. Think of your customer and start thinking global. I wish you all the best for your meeting today. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen, for having me here. And it's my honor that all the legends from the India who are helping to grow the India market, they are with me. So before I start, I want a quick round of all the legends. They will share their journey and they will share about their company, what they are doing in the India market, so that you can better understand how they are helping to the India market. So I just for 2 minutes, everyone get a chance to do 2 minutes. So I start from my right side. Roji, you start. Just 2 minutes, you introduce yourself, your company, and what you're doing, how you're helping the industry.
Yeah. Well, good morning to all. Well, first of all, let me thank and congratulate Mr. David for organizing such a show and making industry come together. And you really have done a good job. And thank you so much also for connecting India together and making this industry really do well. And second, congratulations to Sopan for making India alive by means of national anthem and Bharat Mata Ki Jai. And the idea of Indian food is certainly appreciated because I think 3 are vegans here. So that idea is also good. Well, so now coming down to the point, basically talking about the journey, I started up some 30-35 years back when dot matrix printers were there, and Prodot was the first refill pack of the country, and we have touchwood been we have lead in the market share of ribbons, and we started up with nails, toners and all that. So it has been a fantastic journey. We are a factory out here in India from the very beginning, and we make cartridges. We have been making ribbons. So we are a factory and a brand and our own marketing. So that is all about me.
Thank you, Kumarji. So next, I want to understand from Shangji. Can you share your journey and
Hello. Yeah, good morning everyone. I'm Shashank Bhuriwale, President and Director, Indigo Print Smart Private Limited, Mumbai. We are into, of course, the printer conservative and supplies industry for the last 5 years, established 1989. And when I say 35 years, it's naturally started with dot matrix and inkjet and laser everything. So we are basically active in 5 verticals of imaging supplies and consumables. That's office printing, photo printing, medical imaging, gifting and novelties, and digital textile and industrial inkjet. So these are the application-oriented verticals that we get into for the imaging supplies and consumables. More than 2,500 SKUs and the channel network all over the country. Thank you.
thank you, Shashank. Now request Mr. Masud Khan, sir, please.
Happy morning. It's a great honor to be here, sitting in a global forum. First and foremost is thank you God for giving this opportunity to be here, and thank you David, and thank you Sopan for arranging this kind of platform where we could present ourselves. More than myself, I would say that my 35 years of journey in the same industry has made me whatever I am today. And the company is around almost 28 years in now, and we are marching ahead with from a domestic market. We have to emerge on a global forum now. As Mr. David has been kind enough to say that the customer is a king, I would like to remind David that our nation father has always taught us customer is always the king, and because of him the business goes and grows. We have to focus on the customer, and we are doing it. A brand is called, well-known brand we have in India, which is Image King. Mainly focusing on toner cartridges, started with dot matrix ribbons, and now we are growing along with the pace of the industry. We have printers, we have laser printers, thermal printers, barcode printers. Of course, a very sizable share of Indian compatible cartridge market, and we are growing. And I would say that it is an opportunity for India to grow global, and Make in India is a great forum by which we foresee a great future. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you. Sundeep, I want you have to share your journey.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank Mr. Swapan for making this possible. So, my name is Sandeep Sangri. I'm the MD of RemaxWorld India Private Limited. So, we're into distribution of consumables, compatibles, components, and raw materials for copiers, printers, UAPs across India. We've been in the industry for almost more than 20 years now. So, we've seen the Indian industry from the nascent stages in how it's grown and see the evolution. So going forward, I think there's a bright future ahead. There's a huge market. So,
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, hi. I was not even born when most of the gentlemen started their business, so it's very nice thing to be sitting here. So my name is Dhruv Mahajan. So I work for 9-star Eminent and handle the Indian market for them. So I've been in this industry since I think 2008. I'm seeing this industry go from refilling to remanufacture to compatibles, and now God knows what's going to happen moving forward. But it's a good market to be, and I'm glad to be sitting in this market.
Thank you. So wonderful that we have the legend in our panel discussion. They have their 35-year, 30-year experience. The young guy also know the young what is technology-wise going on in the market. So wonderful. I think we will get a lot of more insight in that. Let's start with the panel discussion. The first question is that as already know, the India is a growing huge market. And, globally printing is growing, but India is still the market where the printing is still growing, and we're enjoying the market. So my first question is that how the India is a global and locally opportunity in Indian market. What are the things which will create to India as an opportunity for the global market, also India market? So I want to start with Shangi. How you see how the Indian opportunity at the global level and Indian local level also?
Well, I'd say we are at a nascent stage if we really look at the global market as far as imaging supplies are concerned. And India, of course, have a huge domestic consumption. We are growing at more than, the economy is growing at more than 7.5% year on year. That's number one growing country now in the world. And our leadership is doing phenomenally well to attract a lot of investment, doing a lot of infrastructure development all over the country. So basically we are into imaging consumables, and how does the economy affect us, or how does it influence the growth of imaging consumables, is because we are into the consumable industry. They are going to be consumed as more and more industrial development or infrastructure development or the digital revolution as we see happening all over the country with people, 140 billion people, 1.4 billion people, more and more digital economy, more and more use of computers, and even the technology, artificial intelligence evolving. The use of consumables is going to grow, maybe in different areas, in office printing or in inkjet applications or some of the other applications. The use of printers and imaging is going to stay as well as going to grow by leaps and bounds, I can say. So the future is very bright, and probably for the next generations to come in, for all of us, because we are on the verge of now handing over the baton to the next generation.
One more thing, how do you see the global opportunity also? How the global business?
Yes, as very rightly pointed out by Mr. David, Africa is 40% of population and probably emerging very fast, developing very fast. So the first and foremost opportunity for India can be the Middle East and Africa. Middle East is a gateway to Africa. So that is where the manufacturing in India, or the manufacturers in India can start looking local, and then of course the boundaries are limitless.
Wonderful. As you say that we are in the consumer industry, consuming in the industry. Food, the consumption has to grow. You can buy any car, you need the petrol. The same thing. Buy any printer, you need the consumer. If you have a consumer, you need to consume. Wonderful things. So next, Sandeep, I want to. What is your thought about the global market?
my thought is, first of all, I think it's the best time to be in your 20s, 30s, and for these probably, because India at this stage is a growing market with a new taxation and everything. Business is much more easier compared to what was done 20, 30 years ago. It used to be a cash economy, it's not official economy. So the growth is humongous. Also, labor cost is quite low. So domestic consumption is very high. So based on that, there's a lot of export potential. And as Shashank said, Africa, there's these countries, the growth markets as well. So if you can even compete domestically, definitely you're competitive globally. So there's a huge growth. Different.
So you want to add something?
If you look at India as a market, so there are two things which make it unique. India is the fifth largest consumer of printers in the world, and the market size is around $0.5 billion a year. So, which is quite a phenomenal and quite a huge numbers. So, in India itself is a good market, and I think that government is also visualizing that the government also wants India to build these industry as a manufacturer, because the recent taxes, they'll make it happen. If you look back the show also, like now I think somewhere around 8 to 10 booths are demonstrating their printers also. So if you look at the technology point of view, there are three things. There are three basic sectors. One is the technology, one is the manufacturing, and third is the consumption. There are three things, 3 points: technology, production, and consumption. Previously, it used to be West developing the technology and West producing, and rest of the world consuming. Now, gradually, we saw that change. The West technology, China producing, and India as the fifth largest consumer consuming, and rest of the world also consuming. But with the increase in the taxes and the increase in labor cost, that now China is also emerging into. China is now our next technology hub, I think. In these 20 years, China would become a technology center, and India is what an opportunity to act as a manufacturer, because labor cost leave and governments want things to happen and things to develop. So yeah, that way has a bright future. And again, coming down to Shashank's point, Middle East is a big market, and this is the Middle East is a gateway to the Africa. So there are not many opportunities. Yeah.
Thank you. Want to take what do you talk about this?
Thought is the same as the working together, and I would say Mr. David has given us a big dream and work. Beyond looking from the domestic market, we have to go for a global market. Mr. David is very simple that and very emphasizing point is India is growing much faster than other economies. We are growing at 6.7% GDP, which is the fastest in the world now, and the growth rate, the infrastructure, the government is pushing all the manufacturers, all the domestic players to make in India, and support what government is giving today is phenomenal. We have to, as Mr. Raspal was telling about the technology developments, we have to have a good R&D team working on developing the products, and we should make the best products available to the markets. While I was talking to David sometime back during this session, he was telling that there's a huge difference between the OEM and the compatible. And why? We have to channelize to make the better cartridges so that we can serve with the best quality to the consumers. Now it's time for us to strengthen our domestic market and also look for globalization, by which India has a lot of abilities. Like we are the largest populated country, and all whatever is happening there in South Africa, 10 years back, India has already emerged. Now it's time for us to take the lead. And as I was Shashank was telling, that battle is not end now, battle is just begin. And we have to make a stage. No, he was telling about that he has to give the next step to the next generation. I would rather say that we have to make a better platform so that the next generation, coming generations can take a lead, and we should be at the forefront to take the battle further down. It's not a battle, it's all about winning the situation, winning the game. I would say that we have a better position now in India to serve the domestic market as well as to serve the global demands. Thank you.
Okay, so you see that India is a huge opportunity. Thanks to what understand that India is going, and it's an opportunity not only locally, it is also an opportunity for the global also. So India can be a hub for the global business also. Wonderful. So I'm coming to my second part. This is a very interesting part. Since the activities that are happening, the government has a lot of initiative and recently the taxation has import tax, and government also planning to implement them. And most probably we are government also planning to make force to make in India also. That also planning is going on. So I want to understand it is a threat for the other country for that they will not become the market or the opportunity. How it will create the business and how will be the opportunity for the international also. So Pramodji, I want to start with you. How do you see this government initiative and how this is an opportunity or threat?
One simple way. I think government wants India to develop consumables now, starting from laser cartridges, and tomorrow their components will be developed, and day after printers. So it will happen, and I think next 5 years it's all going to happen, and we are going to see all this change. Maybe we might not be a global supplier, but certainly there are more local products are going to come into the market, and there are some more local brands are going to come in. As some of them would start. So. And looking back, if we just see cartridges as a product as an opportunity, then it will be wrong. I think we can complement each other by supporting each other into the industry by making parts, by making some other things, by producing them locally. So it will be a better opportunity for all and better platform and better space for all. So opportunities are there because printing is also changing, methods of printing is also changing. So there is opportunity everywhere. Thermal is a big segment, laser is a big segment, inkjet is a big segment, gift is a big segment. So opportunities are everywhere. And I think it's government wants us to do, and we should do.
Wonderful. Masuji, what is your thought that you that the market or how the market react and what is going on in the market, what is new policies?
First and foremost, that government has a lot of think tanks, a lot of IAS officers, and a lot of work they do before implementing any law. And government is always want India to grow, and we should not see anything as a problem. So when government is implementing something, the government knows that it is good for the country, and we, being citizens of the country, we should support the nation, and we should go with the single aim. I would say that more than what Mr. Rajpal was telling, that we should be not only the front runners united. I would say that all the country, all the citizens should be united together, and we should work for the growth of the country. And it is an opportunity, of course. Taxation, of course, will have certain benefits. Anti-dumping duty, which government is planning to implement now, we should take either as a problem or as an opportunity. the only option to grow is take this as an opportunity and grow. And I see that. I mean, because of the basic infrastructure what India has developed in past 1 decade, it's now a good platform where we can start the domestic manufacturing. I foresee a great future in imaging industry in India, emerging well.
Wonderful, wonderful. What do you think?
Well, I will make a statement from the global perspective towards this initiative by the Government of India. This opens up an opportunity and a door of opportunity for the global manufacturers or the technology developers in different areas. I mean, you can be, even in this exhibition, we find there are many toilet package manufacturers, but at the same time, there are so many supply chain specialists. I mean, the products, the parts, the toner, the ink, the machines, equipments, everything. So why do you think only from the toner cartridge selling perspective? Why not to think from the perspective of getting into technology cell or the equipment cell or the manufacturing parts cell to India, and it's just an assembly of the final product or manufacturing of the final product can always be done in China as well as in India. Equally well. We have competent manpower, good technological, competent manpower available in India as well. So it's not difficult to see India as a parallel hub. I mean, it's the 100% imaging supplies manufacturing is concentrated in China, 100%. So why not to think of India as an alternative? And that's a great opportunity here. Government has initiated some support for this development, and it is most welcome. That's what I will look at it.
So one thing would be clear. I think it will benefit every manufacturer in India because 11% will definitely increase the cost. So the sale price will definitely increase. So every manufacturing business in India gets a boost. So that actually helps for the small people who are refilling recycling cartridges. So eventually we sell more toners, more components, and it helps the small businesses as well. Second, the 11% units, it's for everyone. So it's for everyone. It's fair for everyone. Second, I think the price is always to be accepted. So I mean, people are getting a price, you get price if you compare it to the compatible. It depends on where you position your brand, where you position your product. And I think there's always a misconception that India is always looking for cheap. It's nothing like that. It's just that we want the right value at the right price. That's it. I mean, there's always a market. There's a quality market. There's a value market. Everything is there. So I think it's no problem as such.
Wonderful. So I understand that. Wonderful. So opportunity for not only the Indian market, but also the international markets also. Because as Chancellor also said, the technology change will be happening. We have to meet the raw material from the international market. It's an opportunity to manufacture in India. It's an opportunity to global also to India to the manufacturing. Cooperation will be the next big change we can see in the coming years. And I hope that India will be our next opportunity for the global manufacturing also. Wonderful, wonderful. So coming to the next question, it is very important to understand the market trend, what kind of trend is going on, what kind of technology is going on, how the India is taking the printing industry, what are the new trends and technology is going on. So I start with Group. Group, how do you see the trend in India has changed and what are the technologies coming up? How the India behavior also changed?
The consumer is getting more aware about the compatible product, and he feels that getting a good product which is competitively priced cuts down the corporate expenses as well as it's easy on the pocket. With India being the economic is growing, so So getting access to a good product is quite important. MPS is growing up very big time in all the zones of India. OEMs are taking a major share of it, and compatible cartridge sellers are also gaining a good hold into this. But by giving a compatible cartridge, the price of the per page is getting down, so it's becoming more affordable for the end user to switch to the MPS model by the compatible resellers.
Anything you want to add?
So what we see is consumers now are more aware about the products in the market. They have more information. Earlier it used to be probably just HP selling more, so everyone used to be model. Now there's different options. Consumers are more demanding. Sometimes now they don't mind paying, but they want less headaches. They don't want hassles of repairing, repayments, and all kinds of things. Plus there's games, there's all kinds of different options now. So the market is growing. Horizontally as well now. The range is increasing, consumers are more demanding.
Yes, definitely. I would like to bring in a different perspective here. One of the words that David used in his first statement was he is very glad to be part of this amazing industry. And let me tell you, this is a very amazing industry. As where we are basically into an aftermarket industry. And the industry is driven technologically by OEMs. Every 2 years or every year, we see new technologies, new trends, new directions by OEMs, and that throws immense opportunities for all in the aftermarket industry. OEMs keep us busy, very busy, catch up with the products and offer them to the consumers. That is where we are, and that is how we stand at a place where there are opportunities galore, unlimited. As I mentioned, in the last couple of years, we have seen inkjets getting into so many different applications. And now we have the workforce and page wide, and somebody here exhibiting a label printer using memjet technology, so what not? So that is how we have technological advancements happening in this industry.
Wonderful. You see that the market, and you are absolutely right that OEM always make it busy because they have to make new technology and they have to.
So we should thank the OEMs.
Yeah, great. So I'm coming to next part of the question that is very important. Why the ideal, India is the ideal for the manufacturing? What are the factors which make India the ideal for manufacturing? So I want to start with Moji. How do you see why India is the ideal platform for the India market, for India as a manufacturing sector?
Huge market, huge manpower, cheap labor, government also supporting Make in India. So all these factors straight away become an easy gateway, easy success or a roadmap or a highway to Make in India. And technology is also, I think, the people who are the global, the other players. But China also that way has an opportunity because China is now its evolution will be from production to technology. So they'll evolve from production to technology, and technology to production. India has that opportunity. So the progressive people will take that advantage and the lead. Only we have to have that positive mindset, positive approach, and we should always see the scope. that has opportunity. I see not many possibilities for everyone.
Mahuji, what do you take on that? Why India is the most important factor?
I already replied to this, that I was telling you that from past 10 to 15 years, a big infrastructure development has already happened. So it's time for us to just make use of the infrastructure. Big roads, big lot of electricity. Electricity was a big challenge in India some time back. Now it is well connected. Almost all the villages, all the cities in India is well connected. Internet is a big boom in India. The world is watching us. UPI or digital payments, digitalization is the world's best in India. I would rather say a simple word that having made all this infrastructure ready, the roadmap is ready. Now it is just to set, go. We have to start the engine now, and it's already mentioned here. I could see that delivering global opportunities and RTM world, what David has already listed out, and he has also made it. Let's go. And I would say that together we can make Indian imaging industry in a better way. And I would rather invite everybody to be part of the success. Together we can make big change. So let's go. Let's start a real innings now.
Thank you. Frankie, what is your take? Why you see that India is the next global opportunity?
Yeah, most of the points already mentioned by Pramod and Khan. Maybe I'd just like to add one point from my perspective, and that's the advantage in language and communication. I personally feel so many hurdles, especially when we talk to the Chinese guys. The sense is very good in communication. The technology communication is always difficult in understanding and in providing customer support. That's a big challenge. I think India has a better opportunity there in communicating with the world.
So again, some of the points have already been mentioned here. I would like to add, we have a very young population, the new generation, which is very tech savvy. So those are the people that will drive the future growth. We have great infrastructure now. We have good policies. The labor costs are quite low. And Eminent is almost for everyone. We have access to all the small cities, everything. So I think there's no reason why we cannot export. And compared to even some countries like China, the costs are lower. As Mr. Ashwal said, China has already moved to a consumer economy now, whereas India I think has just started into the manufacturing with economic support as well. So I think we just start with this.
Yes. I totally agree all the benefits.
One more point is that China has, apart from technology, China has got a potential and a scope and a possibility for. China is naturally a possibility. China has got China is the option for a raw material also. So raw material also will have to source from China to produce. That opportunity is also there with China.
Wonderful.
One more thing I would like to correct what my elder brother Rashpal was talking about. It is not about the cheap labor is available in India. The labor is very competitive, and as our friend was telling that Indian population, out of 140 crore Indian population, more than 50% are young people. That's the biggest advantage what India is going through. And as he must be referring to the young labor, young minds, young hands are very available and multiple in India at a competitive prices. So it's a great platform for us to make in India and deliver to the globe.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So, I take the point from the point. I see that India is an opportunity for the global hub because, as you all say, that we are a young generation company. We are young people who understand the technology. Communication is very fast. We are the world largest who can speak in English and we can understand it very well. Communication is very easy. Internet, we are the 1 billion internet user. Everyone is a mobile user. If you have any problem, you usually go to the internet, YouTube, and you see the technology and how you can use. The Indians are very smart, and we can say we are Zhuhai. We can do the Zhuhai also. So we know how to manage and how to do the things. So India can be a global hub as a manufacturing, because not only the technology, we have you see the infrastructure. We have a huge opportunity connecting to the global. We have the port from Gujarat, Chennai, Mumbai, all the people connecting to the global. It's a huge networking global also, connecting to the global also. It's wonderful things. And one more thing that I understand that why global is looking to India, because global also looking for some opportunity where they can develop the technology and they can easily access to the global. That technology is, India is one country who can adopt the technology very quick. And as Susan has said, the communication, technology, infrastructure. So the three main factors where India is leading now. And our population is young population. We understand the technology, we communicate well, and we have infrastructure, electricity, everything. And one more important thing, we cannot forget that without government support. Government is giving a full support to the manufacturing. They are giving the PLL, everything support, who are doing the manufacturing in India, and also for the export also. So it's a good opportunity to global come to India. As sir also said, right side, sir, it's not only the opportunity for manufacturing, but raw material also. Because when the manufacturing is going to India, need the raw material. A lot of companies, a lot of global, China, Taiwan, Singapore, lot of Japan, Korea, a lot of companies, they have to be come to India also as a raw material supplier. It's a time to exchange our technology and find hand where we can grow. As India is a platform for the manufacturing from here to serve the global. It's the right time, it's the right time to enter the India market, and because as Masood sir has said, it's ready, all is set, we have to go. It's time to go now. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, gentlemen. It's a wonderful session. Before I close, I just want one more question and one more final. What will the future you see in the last 2 decades? Next 2 decades, how in India will be there? Professor.
Next 2 decades from now, India would be a manufacturer plus a technology creator for imaging, and not only imaging, some other industries also. The way people are motivated, the way government is supportive, the way we are educated, from startups to digital, to internet usage, to access of YouTube, to access of technology, I think things are going to change, things are going to emerge, and India would be a new manufacturing hub for so many other things, be it automobile, be it computer, be it anything, be it anything.
Yes, Master.
Government is not only doing the infrastructure development, they are also working on the young generation study mode. A lot of perks, a lot of activities, a lot of benefits government is giving to the students. Now you could see that our young generation is well educated, and India is a very talented country with a lot of talent available in India. And now the new and young generation software is already the biggest hub for the globe. India is the biggest hub for the software in India. And infrastructure developments, new industries have come. I could see that in past 3 years or 5 years, more than 50-60% of the industries have grown up within these 3 years, because the globalization is happening, and India could reach satisfying the domestic needs, because it's a very growing economy. As Mr. David was pointing out that the other economies are slowing down, whereas Indian economies are growing faster. So we need a lot of consumers, a lot of materials for our own self-consumption. So we should be working to make everything in India for our own self-consumption. Also, we could take this to the globe. I foresee in the next 20 years, at least 20-25% of the world manufacturing supplies will be from India. Hope for the best.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, I would like to comment from the perspective of imaging industry, like how we can see the future. Basically, we are going through a phase of artificial intelligence, AI, as we call it. And what is AI? I mean, it's an information revolution. So, availability of information very fast and in immense volume, very easily. Wherever you have a question in your mind, you get an answer, either by audio or by video or by data, in multiple ways. Now, how does this affect the imaging industry? You know, what is imaging industry doing? It's just interpreting or presenting the information on the print fashion, in the different media, on different platforms. So as we could see more and more information explosion, I foresee more use of consumables, not paperless. It will be more of printing in the future, in different ways. It may not be in the form of document, but in the form of image, or in the form of pictures, or in the form of signage, or so many different ways. The ways to present it can be different. However, the imaging industry is going to stay there for whatever, I mean, next 5 years, or 10 years, or 20 years.
So, next 20 years, India will be perceived, more quality. I mean, if you look at most of the countries before, say Korea, for example, 1960s, they weren't known for quality. Now, Korean products are known for quality. Same happening with Japanese. So same is going on with India. Already, if you see Make in India, people are perceiving it as better quality. So more 20 years down the line, India will be known for quality. Second, if you look at certain things in India, I think India is the only country that has come up with such an infrastructure. It's so easy for people to send payments. So these are the technological stuff that we've been going on. So in 20 years down the line, we'll see India probably as one of the biggest economies, one of the leaders across the world as well.
Make it very simple. It's just written, future is bright, future is Indian, India will be shut.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So we understand that the next future is India, and as we have developed the technology, and we are here for the manufacturing and technology and the new generation, the future is India.